Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now with that said and done and put to the side, I'm coming to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Denver Broncos, baby. Woo! It is time. It is time. We are going to Mile High, and we have got to take care of business here, all right? This is going to be my game preview, okay? Now, the New York Jets, 4-2 right now. We got a 3-game winning streak. Zach Wilson, has really been able to do his thing since he's been back. And now we're going to be tested once again. We're coming off a big game against the Packers. We were able to get a W, but now we're focusing on this Broncos squad, and we know that we must be prepared because the Broncos don't care about us having a big win last week. They don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to survive and do things themselves. So I'm going to start with our defense. Now, coming into this football game, we know that Russell Wilson is dealing with a hamstring injury at this point. Had an MRI, things are looking a little shaky. I have him listed as questionable. Now, they've come out and said that basically he's a game time decision. Okay, so we'll see if Russell plays. He has been playing through different injuries that he's had so far this season. But, this hamstring injury might be the one to sit him down. But, again, he's been limited in practice, so he might try to take a chance and actually play and go out there. Now, if he doesn't play, their backup, Brett Rippon, is the guy that they're going to go ahead and put on out there. Now, keep in mind, Brett Rippon was a guy, we played the Broncos before. We actually played against him. I believe it was in 2020 on Thursday night. Adam Gase was still our head coach. Whew, those are dark times. those are dark times. Oh, I'm thankful that those times are over. And he played really well against us. So he's also a guy, that can throw the football around. We've seen him in action before. But let me tell you something. Their head coach, Hackett, this offense of the Broncos is horrific. It's bad. It's just not working. Whether it be, again, the injuries to Russell Wilson, this offensive line of the Broncos does let up quite a bit of pressure. So when I look at our game plan, it should be to come in and immediately get after the quarterbacks, okay? Now, keep in mind, Jermaine Johnson at this point looking like he's going to be out. He's dealing with the ankle injury. That's a, young kid we just drafted, in this past draft that we're really looking to come in. He's sitting out another game. As of right now, he's going to be sitting out another game because of that ankle injury. So I'm looking at guys like Carl Lawson, Huff, John Franklin Myers, Quinnen Williams, who's just been a monster, okay? He just gave the Packers fits last game and all the stunts we were doing. Sheldon Rankins as well up front, Curry, all those guys just wreak havoc, okay? Just wreak havoc on the Broncos front. Just absolutely get after them because even if they start Russell Wilson, he's going to be hampered with that hamstring injury. He's just not going to be running around like he normally does. He's going to, be a little bit more, a little bit more hesitant to take off, especially again with that injury. That's going to hamper him. And Rippon is also a guy, you get some pressure on him, that will absolutely turn into some turnovers. So we've got to bring the heat. Now, the thing is I think, especially in this game, regardless of whether they start Russell or Rippon, because again, Russell's dealing with that hamstring injury, I could see the Broncos trying to change their focus because their offense has been buns with Hackett so far. Cheeks, okay? I can see them trying to really make the focus running the football down the Jets' throats and seeing what they can get off of that. Now, again, Javonte Williams, their young guy that they drafted, he's sitting down with an ACL. He's on IR, so he clearly is not going to be playing in this game. So you look at Melvin Gordon. That's the guy they're going to right now. They said, hey, he's going to be the starter. And then they also got Murray as a backup as well. So we got to keep our eyes on their running game and lock and shut that down as well. Now, last week we did a phenomenal job against the running game. Quinnen Williams really sealed up the middle, him and Rankin. So I think we'll be able to do that in this game as well. We also got to look for Melvin Gordon coming out that backfield because he is a guy that can do that too and catch the football. So we got to watch out for that as well. The wide receiver core, Broncos always have some big wide receivers, man. Always. But Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, these are two really solid guys in this league. And they also got a guy, KJ Hamler, as well, guy that can make plays moving around in the slot. So this is going to be yet another test for Sauce, DJ Reed, Michael Carter. But I think they'll be up to it because, again, our secondary has been phenomenal. But if we can get some pass rush in this game as well, some consistent pass rush like we saw in the last game, boy, let me tell you, we could really be looking at a game where we dominate yet again early. We really got to just take the hearts out of the Broncos offense, and I think a lot of things will follow after that, and we'll get a lot of opportunities. Now, offensively, let me tell you something. This is going to be a test for us, okay? As bad as the Broncos offense has been, their defense is third best in the league. Like, this defense is serious. They are number 3 overall, okay? And they get after it, man. They are really good defense. They are a very good defense, okay? Now, they got some guys that can definitely rush the passer as well. You look at their defensive line. They also got some guys banged up. Draymond Jones is banged up right now. That's one of their defensive linemen. He's dealing with a neck injury. D.L. Jones as well, dealing with an ankle injury. Deshaun Williams as well, dealing with a back injury. These are the guys that are up front for them, some of their starting defensive linemen. So we're going to see, what happens with those guys up front. But we got to look out for Bradley Chubb, okay? This dude Chubb is out of his mind. He's one of the better pass rushers in the league, so we have to account for him and get him blocked. Again, we can come out, have our tight ends chip, all that stuff, but especially with a guy like Dwayne Brown back, and he's looking amazing. We've got ATV out there at right tackle, Herbig there at right guard, Connor McGovern. I think our offensive line would be solid. We did a pretty darn good job last week as well. And our offense, again, is not kind of stuttering and stammering. They've been able to gel pretty decently, and they've played pretty solid as well. So I think that we'll be all right, but we definitely need to look out for Chubb. And we also need to start a bit faster offensively. We saw last week kind of struggled early as well until like right before the half. And I think we went into the half 3-3 with the Packers. We have got to come out and put up points early and just take the hearts out of the Broncos. I think if we can if we score at least 21 before the half, especially with the way our defense is playing, I think we can just absolutely steamroll these guys because their offense is so awful. It's awful. And they're dealing with injuries up front. So I think if we come out and really assert everything early and get on the board early, start fast tracking, man, they're not going to be able to keep up with us. They're just not. They're just not. So we've got to, really start fast. Listen, Zach Wilson's got to take care of the football as well. Didn't have any turnovers in the last game. This game, you're facing Surtain, who's one of the better corners in the league. Look out for that guy. They also got Simmons as well at safety. So we got to look out for those guys as well, too. Again, running the football heavy, I think it will be what the doctor ordered in this game as well. Breece Hall, keep riding the hot hand with him. Keep giving the ball to Michael Carter as well. Let's run the football down their throats and get physical early. Now, we know Elijah Moore is not going to be playing in this game. He was requested a trade. That guy is annoying, really annoying for me right now. So he's going to be inactive. Sellers come out and said that to everybody. But Denzel Mims, a guy who's been inactive so far this season, he's actually going to be active in this game. So we're going to see what happens with him. Again, Mims, Davis, Garrett Wilson, Braxton Barris are going to be out there. So I think they'll have their matchups too. But I'm telling you, C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, those are two guys I could really see putting in work in this game because I think they'll have some favorable matchups where they can absolutely win and have a big-time impact in this game. So with all that said, I am taking the New York Jets to win this football game. I'm taking the Jets to win this game 27-10. 27-10. I'm taking the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I think we get up early and just coast and put these guys away because, again, I don't think their offense is very good, especially with them being banged up at QB as well. If Russell Wilson doesn't start, I think we get after ripping all day early. But, again, we've got to start early and really put these guys away, and I think we'll pretty much coast to a victory. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about the New York Jets defense matching up? What are your thoughts about the Broncos offense? Do you think they'll be able to get on track against us? Are you concerned about that? Give me your thoughts about this Jets defense as well. How do you think we'll match up? Do you think we'll get the pass rush? Do you think we'll be able to run the football effectively against them as well offensively? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.